I'm Dr. Ashley, and this is From Her Point of View.
Hello everyone, this is Sherry.
This is Ashley.
On this edition, we're going to be talking about accomplishments. What they mean, what we do with them, and how we celebrate.
And how we minimize.
Yes. So, getting into accomplishments. Women have many accomplishments. I feel like we do a lot of things. We don't give ourselves enough praise for the things that we do on a daily basis in life in general. Taking, for example, I just recently enrolled into school, and I have been out of school for about 9 years. And trust me when I say that this has been a real transition. Going back to school and working full time and still trying to have a social life has been hard. Maintaining my relationship in that has been hard. But I can say that I have found proper time management, and in that I am doing really well. I have A's in my classes thus far because this is important to me. And it being important to me, I know that I need to put my best foot forward in getting what it is that I want out of this experience.
Okay, and we're going to talk a little bit about minimizing accomplishments. As I mentioned in our first podcast, I graduated with my dissertation, with my doctorate degree last year, and I have found that I have
let's just say recognized.
I have minimized my accomplishment. Not only have I minimized my accomplishment, but I allowed myself to feel the minimization. Let's call that a new word. Minimization.
I'm with it.
Of my accomplishments by others, and in my small circle of people. So I've always, I say always, not that it's even been a whole year yet.
Yeah.
But
it's been enough time.
Almost a year. But
where she doesn't fully recognize that what she has done in the place that she's in right now is something that a small percentage of people will be able to obtain.
And I recognize that, but in that same token, I found that it has been a challenge for me to use my title.
Doctor. I understand.
It's been a challenge because, and this is why, and I'll speak from my own experience, my own profession. As a professor, I'm an undergraduate professor of business and management. In that arena, I don't find any trouble using my title and expecting my students to address me as such.
Is that because it's a different forum?
Because that is the arena for which I earned the degree.
Okay.
For academia, for my own personal fulfillment, but
but you find it more acceptable.
It's more appropriate there.
Okay, so it's more appropriate to refer to yourself as doctor as opposed to miss because that's the arena
space. For it.
Okay.
Now, if in my classroom, it's expected. If I'm on an interview, it's expected. In my home, what about my kid gonna be going, mommy, Dr. Mommy? No,
it's not.
It's not expected. In my other job, it's not expected. They say it.
It's recognized,
and it feels uncomfortable.
It feels uncomfortable. Why though? Because in reality, that is who you are. You have did your due diligence to get the title of being considered doctor in your field. So if someone refers to you as that, whether you are in the school setting or in a different work setting, it's uncomfortable for you. Why?
Because when I'm outside of academia, it feels like I'm being mocked by saying it.
Okay.
Because it's not necessary for where we are. And I don't know why you feel the need to say that. It does not feel like it feels like being mocked.
But it feels like being mocked. Why? Because at the end of the day, that is who you are. Moving forward until the day that you die, you will be recognized as doctor. So does it feel like you're being mocked because it's not common for a black woman to be considered doctor? Is it being mocked because it's something that you haven't had the opportunity of experiencing but for a short period of time? Does it feel like being mocked because of who is approaching you in the manner of saying doctor?
One, there's several facets to this. For one, in one way, it feels like to evoke that title is to in some way feel like, make the other person feel like I'm trying to minimize them.
Okay. But okay. Okay.
I can't control the way anybody feels about what I say.
Mm-hmm.
But the way that I am, and I've noticed that this has been a problem for me, is that I preface everything that I say. So it's kind of like I throw out a disclaimer before I say what I really want to say.
By the way.
So let's just run this back a little bit. Just to make sure that you understand. See, that I do that a lot.
Mm-hmm.
So.
And that's minimizing.
So if I say that to someone, or I call myself that to someone, I want to make sure that it's in the right context at the right time, because I don't want them to feel like I'm trying to evoke my superiority.
Okay.
Or something.
I can totally understand that, and that definitely does make sense, because people do take the title to a whole different level, and it's not respected in many regards. However, never devalue what you are.
That's the difference.
Who you are. And you know that when you're discussing this with certain people, or you're introducing yourself, you know who to say you are Ashley. You know who to say that you are Mr. And you know who to reference to in saying that you are Doctor. So I think that's something that you have to continue to take into consideration, unfortunately, because we live in a petty world and people are so sensitive and they take things the wrong way. But this is something that you have worked truly, truly hard for. And I don't think that people really understand what it means to be a doctor or to even have your master's, because honestly, having a bachelor's is like...
Don't minimize that either.
It's not, because trust me, I'm going to school right now to get my bachelor's, and even though I'm getting A's and I'm achieving, it is a struggle. So I'm not minimizing that either. But to get to the level that you are in, I think that it needs to be recognized more often than not.
Okay, I respect that. I can hear that.
But I need you to embrace that.
I can
and not be
it.
afraid to.
And I embrace it. I do.
Okay.
I embrace it as my accomplishment. I embrace it.
Okay.
But
I think you're humbled by it, which is amazing.
I'm very humbled. I'm very humbled because the amount of work, I'm telling you, when I tell you the amount of work and time and research and writing and rewriting and rewriting and rewriting that took place, the amount of time and integrity because that goes into it, the hoop jumping that you have to do with your committee and they don't want this and take this out and don't do that and say this way and don't do that. It is a journey. And to do that on top of the several other things that have to be done as a person. Just let's talk about it just as a person, as a human being.
Mm-hmm.
To
because
get up,
school is
to
just
go to
one
work,
part
go to
of your
school.
life.
Right. And then to do that as a woman. To do that as a mother who has people relying on you for their day to day.
To do that as a wife.
To
and
do
still
that,
have another job.
It's a lot. And I'm be honest with you, even just saying that right now makes it feel like I'm out here reaching for sympathy. And that is exactly why we are doing this podcast.
Yeah, you're right.
Because I'm not asking for your sympathy. It feels like, why are you complaining? Like, you should have been able to do all that.
I don't think that you're complaining, but until someone can step foot into your shoes and live your day-to-day life, they can't make it seem as if it's so seamless to do, because everybody can't do it.
Everybody can.
Prime example, you're a wife, you're a mother, you're a professor, and you're working 2 jobs. I can look at you and be like, oh, girl, she got it made. And I'm over here struggling, trying to work 2 jobs, be a girlfriend, and go to school. Like, it seems like nothing. And people think because I don't have children that I don't have struggles as well.
Yeah.
My situation is not your situation, but we can't discount either situation because they both have their struggles. Mm-hmm. You know, my struggles are not your struggles and vice versa, but we handle them very gracefully, no matter what. And that goes back to our original approach when we were talking about being a strong woman and all the things that we take on as women and how we just get stuff done and just handle it. Like, we just do it without complaining. Mm-hmm. So I don't think that you're complaining about it or you're looking for sympathy. You're trying to explain the significance of who you are and what it took for you to get to where you are. And I think that should be appreciated.
Yeah. Draw awareness. And another aspect of the mission, or what we want to do here, is to draw strength. Yeah. Because that's part of it. What we're lacking, we need to be able to draw from each other.
Somebody else. Mm-hmm.
So if I'm feeling like, you know, for me to say this is not humble, and then you're telling me you're very humble, but what you don't discount what you did. That's exactly what we're talking about here, is the interchange. Mm-hmm. Where you're weak, I am strong.
You have to be reminded.
Vice versa.
We all have to be reminded. And it's okay. It's never, I don't look at it as a complaint. I look at it as you getting it out there, putting it in the atmosphere, dealing with it, and moving on from it. Whatever it is. Mm-hmm. And I feel like in this particular subject of accomplishments, you have accomplished a lot. A lot of women and men cannot say that they have done what you have done in your life in this time period, being who you are. So for me, as your friend who loves you, I want you to embrace everything about who you are as a person. Whether that be a mother, whether that be a wife, or whether that be doctor. Embrace all of those positions wholeheartedly and be okay with it in any realm.
And I'm working on that.
Okay.
So.
And that's full transparency because this is real. Like, this is a real thing because you've been doctored for how long now?
Since 4/19/18.
So it hasn't even been a whole year yet. But where we're going to get you to a point where you are okay with who you are completely.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Mm-hmm. So we feel like for any woman, for any accomplishment that you've done, even if it's something so minute and small where you just feel like...
Sing your praises.
Yes.
You did it.
Toot your own horn, pat yourself on the back. If you accomplished a goal that was that seems so simple as, let's just say you want to lose 2 pounds in a week, and you lost 2 pounds in a week. Hey, girl, give yourself a round of applause.
Girl.
Never discount what you're doing in your life, because you deserve whatever it is that you want, and you deserve to be praised for the things that you have accomplished, no matter what they are. Mm-hmm. And it is important for women especially to know that no matter what it is, if you've done it and you've got through it, it's an accomplishment that should be praised. So let's talk about how you celebrated your dissertation and becoming that, having that title and finishing that accomplishment. What did you do for yourself?
Well,
let's talk about it.
What did I do?
Let me pause for a second.
All right.
I'm your friend.
Yes.
And I know what you did. They're going to know what you did. But let's talk about the fact that before you even say what you did, that you did this for yourself, right?
Yes, I did.
So what you did was in celebration of yourself. You did it for yourself without, how can I say this? So usually when you graduate from high school or you graduate from college, you get a party or people come and celebrate you or whatever the case may have been. It's been so long. I don't know what they do for graduations anymore. I don't know if you have like family dinners. I don't know. But usually people come and acknowledge what you have done. We're at a day and age and at a time where what you have done is not common. And if it is common, it's not being talked about. People don't know that these things are happening amongst women, Black women at that. So upon receiving your doctorate and getting through all these years of school and all this scrutinizing and writing and rewriting and all of this stuff, you chose to celebrate yourself. Not anyone else. No one gave you a party. No one said, let's have a dinner. And I feel like a terrible friend for not being the one. Wait. To even say, yeah, we had dinner.
I had dinner that day. Up the street.
Okay. But that ain't the same. Okay. We're talking about the people in your life. And I'm not discounting nobody. But there are certain people in your life who did not take the time out to say, babe, I'm proud of you. You did your thing. Or let me send you on a vacation because you deserve it. Or let me treat you to a spa day. Why? Because you deserve it. Certain aspects of your celebration was not present. Therefore, you decided early on, I'm going to celebrate me when all this is over. So when all this was over, what did Dr. do?
What did I do? Well, I went and I contacted my cousin who is my sister. And I said to her, we're going out. We're going to party. We took ourselves on a flight. We went to Las Vegas, Nevada. We partied. I let my hair all the way down.
Wait, she had that bomb crochet. The thing was laid. Thanks to me.
Hair by Sherry. And we went out there and we did our thing. And I was celebrating my accomplishment, but I was wholly Ashley. Just Ashley. Mm-hmm. There. I wasn't mom. I wasn't wife. I wasn't professor. I was just me. Mm-hmm. And it was necessary. It was long overdue even to have waited for that to do it.
Yeah.
But I did it. We did it.
And it felt so...
And it felt good. Mm-hmm. Easy. Good. And I felt like it kind of put a period on it. Like, you did all this, you let your hair down, period. And now you can transition into that next role.
Whatever that role may be.
Whatever it is.
But can you imagine all the people out there who achieve small and great things and don't celebrate themselves for the accomplishments that they have gotten through? Like,
and they don't even have to be big accomplishments.
They don't.
You should celebrate everything accomplishment
that you set forth
that
you're going to accomplish.
And you do it?
Yes.
Celebrate it.
Yes. Whatever it is. Whether that be, I don't know, having a glass of wine or
just one glass of wine instead of 5. Celebrate it.
You did that, girl. To dinner, or buying you a new pair of shoes or a new handbag, or summertime's coming, getting you a nice fresh pair of glasses, sunglasses, whatever. Do something for yourself as a reminder that you did that one thing, because that's not going to be the only thing that you accomplish. There's going to be many, many more, and you don't want to let any of those things go by without having acknowledgement for accomplishing those things.
And whether it be big or small, if you want to celebrate that accomplishment, you accomplished it. You earned it.
You worked for that.
Celebrate it. Mm-hmm. Because life is so short and so precious. Mm-hmm. Nothing is guaranteed. And while you were working on that goal, nothing was guaranteed. It was not guaranteed that you were going to get to that finish line. Mm-hmm. But you did. And when you get there, you need to celebrate it. And if nobody celebrates with you, you dance around in your living room by yourself. You celebrate you. Because you did it. You might have had support, but you did it. So you celebrate it.
So ladies and gentlemen, at the end of the day, we want to make sure that you are taking heed to the things that you are doing in your life, big and small, and making sure that you celebrate those things and who you are, ultimately because you deserve that. So thank you for joining us. This is Sherry.
This is Ashley.
We'll see you next time.
You've been listening to From Her Point of View. From Her Point of View is a podcast covering a wide range of topics. The content is specifically curated for women, by women. To give feedback or for questions, please reach out to us at 443-507-8032. Also email fromherpointofview.llc@gmail.com. Please visit the podcast website fromherpointofview.podbean.com. Also the Facebook page From Her Point of View. Tune in weekly to hear it from her point of view.